Spurgeon here with RevZilla TV to talk to you today about TechSpec tank pads available at RevZilla.com. So you are considering adding some pads to your bike because you want to improve grip and perhaps reduce some vibration felt to your motorcycle. TechSpec has you covered with a wide variety of different applications of pads. Now, they're going to be available in bike-specific applications, and for those, you want to make sure you're using the Bike Finder on our website. Start there and we'll get you set up with any pads that'll match up with the specific shape of your tank. If they don't have any specifically cut pads for your tank, you can actually get full sheets and you can actually cut these down to any shape you want. This also is going to work great for you riders out there that want to put some extra protection on perhaps some hard luggage, so when you're throwing it around in the ride, you don't have to worry about the nice paint in your luggage getting scratched up. Again, TechSpec has you covered in a wide variety of different applications. Everything you see on the table is going to be a 1 out of 3 on our BSD, or beard scale difficulty for installation. You're looking at about 15 minutes to a half an hour in the garage tops, and there's a really unique glue on the back of this, so if you do make a mistake, you can actually pull it off and reuse it. We'll talk more about installation at the end. Right now, let's jump in and take a look at what you see here on the table. So TechSpec has been manufacturing pads since 1998. For over 15 years, they've really worked to set themselves apart as a leader in the tank pad industry. Now, you have a variety of different applications on the table, but everything is going to use the same unique glue for the back. And this is really what's going to set TechSpec apart. A lot of other manufacturers, once you put their tank pads on there, you can't get it off and it leaves a nice sticky residue behind. With TechSpec, if you put it on and you don't like exactly where it's positioned, you can actually pull it off and reapply it. And if you remove the pads altogether, it's not going to leave any residue behind. The other nice thing about TechSpec, like we talked about in the beginning, is there are some bike-specific applications. So you can actually see different shapes in the table that are going to match up with different motorcycles, and you're going to see a variety of different pad shapes as far as where you want to put it on the tank. So what I mean by this is you've got some center pads, and they're available in different shapes. On my right-hand side, it's more of a rectangular shape. On my left-hand side, it's more of an aggressive kind of urban sport bike shape. This is going to keep any belt buckle rash off the front of your tank. You're going to have a chin pad. So for you racers out there that want to go into that full tuck position and have a place to rest your chin when you're down in the tank, you're going to have that option as well. You're going to see side pads in a variety of different shapes. They're going to work for your unique motorcycle. And like I showed you earlier, you have the big universal pads that can be cut down to put wherever you want a little bit of extra protection or a little bit of extra grip. So again, TechSpec has really thought this out. Now, everything you see in front of me is going to be available in 3 different materials, so let's break that down. On my right-hand side, we have the High Fusion. The High Fusion is their thinnest grip, and this is really going to be less for vibration reduction and more just to kind of keep your paint safe. So this is going to be 0.035 inches thick, really thin in its design, and again, this is more to keep any kind of belt buckle rash off your bike and a little bit of added grip to it, not super aggressive as far as kind of really digging in aggressive riding situations. Now, if you want to move up to something that's going to be a little bit more comfort oriented, a little bit more vibration reduction, as well as improved grip, you're going to want to move up to the C3 line. And this is going to be 0.1 inches thick and it has more of a memory foam style to it. You can see it starts to have a little bit more kind of edge to it, a little bit more of that diamond pattern that we're going to see more of in the snakeskin, but not overly aggressive, not super sticky. This is going to be something for you regular road riders. You're not getting too aggressive on there. You just want something that's going to give you a little bit more grip while, again, protecting your tank from any scratches. Now, my favorite on the table is going to be the snakeskin line. This is 0.125 inches thick, really thick, really beefy stuff, the maximum amount of grip possible, really aggressive edges with this. And the other thing that I like about this, it has a really nice OEM look to it. I had an old Triumph Speed Triple. I had this stuff on the white tank, really added to the look as opposed to detracted from the look. Again, the snakeskin is the most aggressive in TechSpec's lineup, really nice clean look to it, and the maximum amount of grip. Again, there's a lot of folks out there using this. It's a favorite amongst people here at RevZilla. So regardless of what you're looking at on the table, TechSpec has something that's going to work for you. And everything you see here is going to be the same when it comes to installation. We're looking at a 1 out of 3 on our BSD, or beard scale difficulty for installation. And that simplicity installation, 15 minutes to a half an hour, really is going to come down to the glue that's used on this. So like we said in the beginning, unlike some other manufacturers, TechSpec does a really good job of using a reusable adhesive. So if you do put it on there and it doesn't fit exactly how you want it to look, you can kind of slowly peel it off and reapply it. There's not going to be any gunk behind, there's not going to be any special tools needed, and it's going to be super easy to use. The one thing I will call out, and this is kind of, it's not so much a nitpick, but just kind of a forewarning, when you're pulling off the backing on this, make sure you're really careful with it, because if you're not, you can actually pull the adhesive off with the backing, and you go to stick it on there and all the glue is actually stuck to the actual back paper piece. So just keep in mind when you're pulling this off, you want to be careful with that. All in all, I think TechSpec does a really good job of giving you a wide variety of products to match up with your specific application. There's a lot of folks out there rocking this stuff on their bikes. If you want to hear more about what they have to say, do me a favor, click below. Read other riders' opinions and feedback about the TechSpec setups they have on their unique motorcycles. If you have more questions for us, never hesitate, get us on the phone, 877-792-9455, or simply type us out an email, cs@revzilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the TechSpec tank pads. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.